Vinod, are you there?
Gaurav, can you wait? I'll wait. Hello, Gaurav. Hello.
Yeah,
Gaurav.
Vinod.
Yeah, wait. I can call. I'll call Roshan. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay, sure.
35358066717. Okay. 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 Hello.
Gaurav,
Yeah.
he's in, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, Ganesh. Yeah. இப்பதான் நானும் பேசுனேன் கணேஷ். குட் குட் ஓகே ஓகே. தூங்குங்க. மத்தெல்லாம் ஓகே ஃபைன் தானே? சரி நீ ஜெயந்தியை கூட்டு போய் எடுத்துருங்க. என்ன? சரி ஓகே சரிங்க. ஓஷனுக்கு அனுப்புறதுக்கு ராமன்.
Gaurav, he's joining in 2 minutes. Huh?
Okay.
Hello, Gaurav.
Yeah. Hello, Roshan.
Yeah, I don't know what's happening. Okay. Okay, might be. Okay. Yeah, so I have I have imported where is that?
WebView demo.
WebView demo, and I'm having
Yesterday we
this,
changed it to your internet demo. Your name.
the WebView demo, I'm having the same error that,
No, yesterday we created a new program, and then at the end of the lecture, the application with the name internet demo, and we copy pasted all the thing, and it was working.
oh yes, I mean, internet demo is working. Okay,
Yeah,
that is working fine.
Yeah, the WebView demo now don't touch it actually. Now, if you
Okay.
had imported that one, then remove it from the workspace. Not needed. Internet demo is enough. It's the same thing. We have copy pasted each of the files.
Right.
Just one change actually. Project name is different. That's it. Otherwise, all the things are same.
Same. So what exactly was that thing that we did? I mean, we have copied and pasted everything, but
Yes. Actually, if you had seen, whenever we create a new project, supporting project gets created with the name app compact underscore v7 underscore something.
uh-huh.
So when I created WebView demo at my end, it should have a link with one more supporting project. But when I mailed you the application at that time, I only mailed you the original one, that is WebView demo, and not the supporting project. So that's why
Yeah.
when it was trying to run the application, it has internally it was referring to some other project, but that was not present. So that's why it's throwing error. So I was supposed to send both the application project, the WebView demo and its supporting one also. So that's why it threw the errors. So next time, so we just created a project on your system only. So if there was any supporting project, it might have been created automatically, because you were not importing, you were creating a new project. So system will automatically create a supporting project if any.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we can start with today's thing. No? So today we are going to have a look at an internet related mechanism and web view. So we sometimes we need to connect to the internet from the application. So at that time what we have to do is we need to insert the permission for the internet in the Android application manifest file. So we add a tag users dash permission. So what are the permission we'll see in detail a little bit later in this module, in this chapter only. But generally users permission are something that you are asking for some additional permission from the your application. When your application is getting installed, that permission will be asked from the user, that whether he is allowed to use this function or not. So that way you are asking for that permission. So we, for internet, we write like this: users hyphen permission space attribute with the name Android :name. Users permission tag require only one attribute to be mentioned, that is Android :name, actual name of the permission. So that is the starting would be always like this: Android dot permission dot. Then the last part would be depending on which permission you want. So in case of internet, we'll write internet in all caps lock. If you are, say, if you want to create some external database or create an external file, at that time we have a permission with the name write external storage. So all the three words in total capital and underscore separating the three words. So that way it's written. So if there are multiple words, underscore would be separating them. Otherwise, if it's single word, then we need to write it directly with all caps lock, so that you can get it from the control space also. You'll get in suggestions whatever permission you want to use. That way we add the permission. Now whenever remember, whenever you are working with any application which uses internet, it's not compulsory, but it's absolutely recommended to have a code in your application which will test or whether your device is connected to the internet or not. Otherwise, what might happen that you are trying to access a web URL, but your phone is not connected to the internet, then your application might crash or it might not respond. It might try to connect to that website, but since internet is not present in your phone, then you have asked for the permission and device has given the permission, but device itself is not connected to the internet. So how come then it will be able to kind of give you the desired result? So it's say all the cases when you are using internet for any purpose, you should, the first step should be whenever you are about to perform any task related to internet, just before that you should be checking for whether your device is connected to internet or not. So for that you need some code. You need to check for the network state of the phone, that whether it is connected to the Wi-Fi or the data connection, the normal phone's data connection. So for those two checking, we need one more permission, that is with the name access underscore network underscore state. You need to access the network state, whether your network is working properly or not. So for that we have some code. So that code requires this permission. Now next would be when you want to try to the when you try to connect to the internet, you need to do following steps. So first would be to choose an HTTP client. Most network connected Android apps uses HTTP to send and receive data. So Android includes two HTTP clients. The first is HTTP URL connection, and second is HTTP Apache HTTP client. So both of these supports HTTPS, streaming, uploads and downloads, configurable timeouts, IPv6 and connection pooling. These are some of the features which will be required when we are trying to connect to the web services and all. In general, if you want to try to connect to any website or something like that, then it's enough that it supports the HTTPS or that much. But you have two different ways to connect to the HTTP client. there are no clear advantages or disadvantages of one over another. So depending on your liking, you can use any of the two. Then for generally, but generally now for the latest version, Android's blog recommends HTTP URL connection. But till now, the tried and tested version was HTTP client. So say if you are keeping your minimum FDK version, that is minimum support as 2.3.3, and better to use the HTTP client itself. If you are keeping your minimum FDK version as Android 4.0 or something like that, that is bit higher, then you can use HTTP URL connection. They work similar in fashion, just that now it's that older API has been replaced with the new API. Some additional purpose function, but that are at the very high advanced level, those features which are not generally used. So in nutshell, they both are same actually, so you can use any of them. So before attempting to connect a network, we need to check whether a network connection is available or not. So for that we have some code, example code like this. We need to create an object of the type connectivity manager. Connectivity manager is the object which helps to check in the connection state of the network, and it is present in the package android.net.connectivity manager. So we create an object of the class con manager, con mgr, like, and we'll call get system services. We had called this method earlier also when we were trying to use the full screen application. In case of menu demo, full screen, that at that time also we had called this get system service method. It is used for the asking the system for particular service. So we are saying get system manager, and we use the context object and dot connectivity services, and we will typecast it to the connectivity manager. So now in con manager we have a object of the type connectivity manager, which is having the date information regarding connectivity services. Next we create an object of the type network info, and the object name is also we have kept network info only. So we'll call a con manager object dot get active network info. So this network info is also present in the android.net.network info package. So we'll call one method that is get active network info, which is used for the getting the information regarding the network is connected or not. So if you see, it will give the it says return details about the currently active default data network. So when connected, this network is the default route for outgoing connection. So when you are connected to the network on your phone by Wi-Fi or by your phone's data connection, so this network info object will have the details about the way you are connected to network, how you are connected to the network. So you also have, if you don't want to use this method, you can also use is connected method, which simply says whether you are connected to the network or not. And as you can see, it is mentioning that this method requires a call to hold permission access network state, because you are asking about by which connection you are connected to the internet. So that's why you need to ask the permission to the system, otherwise you just can't use it. So after creating this object, you say if that object is not null and if it is connected, so that information, that means you are connected to the internet by one of the means, by Wi-Fi or your data connection. Then if condition, both if conditions are true, that means you are connected properly to the internet. So you go into the first loop and you perform whatever operation you need related to the internet, or in the second bracket you just display the error. You say you are not connected to the internet, please try again, or something like that. So basically this is just 2 to 3 lines of code to check your connectivity of the device, whether your device is connected to the internet or not. And then we have something known as web view. So the web view is equivalent to your web browser when you are working with personal computers and all. So a web view is a view that displays web pages inside your application you can also specify HTML string and can show it inside your application using WebView. So what does that mean? Instead of calling some website, you can write some HTML code within your Android application. Say open HTML tag, open body tag, write something hello world, close those, and you can apply. You can supply that string to the WebView, and that will be displayed in the HTML format. So say if you create table tags in the by string, that you create one string and you open table tag, you add rows, you close that row. But when you are rendering it in the WebView, it will be displayed in the table form, and not HTML code won't be displayed. Its actual output would be displayed. So
Okay, so as an example out here you have given in this, like, has that like an r.id WebView. Well, in that WebView we'll be storing this browser. Can you just go back to that page?
no, browser is just the name of the WebView object.
Yeah.
So that can be anything, no?
So here you're having this rd. This thing, web browser 1. So now that web browser 1 is www.google.com, right?
Where is web browser 1?
When you say
This
browser,
WebView 1.
sorry, WebView 1.
That is here we have created in the XML file.
So what is that equal to basically?
Yeah, that is the what we are seeing right now. No? This what we say is Android web view, which is a view that displays web pages inside your application. So by using this web view, we'll be able to kind of display web pages or HTML strings within the web page. So for that we need to create this view. For example, if you want to display some text, static text, then you use text view. If you want to take some input from the user, you create a view edit text. So similarly, if you want to display some web pages or the HTML text directly, like how the web browser works, at that time you use this view, web view. So what are its functionality? Just see. But it's basically used. It's almost equivalent to your web browser, what you have on the Google Chrome or something like that. Used to provide a interface so that you can connect to different URLs. So for using it, you need to add web view element to your XML file, XML layout file, and any specific attributes are not needed. Just height and width are compulsory. Give some ID, and all the processing related to it will be done in the Java code. So here, any additional processing is not required. To load a web URL into the web view, we call a method load URL, and in bracket we need to pass an actual URL which you want. So web view object name dot load URL, then the actual URL name. So as we can see in the example, we have created a type. We have created a object of the type web view. Name is browser. Then we say find view by ID r.id.webview, whatever is the name in the XML file, that file. And then on browser object, we call the method load URL, and we need to provide one HTTP URL as an parameter, so which will be the website name or say URL address on which that web view would be navigating to. So that way you can load particular web page in your web view. So next, these are some of the methods which are present in the Android WebView class. So the first one is can go back. So this method specifies whether the WebView has a back history item. So if you want if you want the web page to navigate back to the last page visited, and you can keep this method as true. The similar method is can go forward. This method specifies that whether the web view has a forward history item. So you say you were on the website A, then you went, so click some link, so you went on B, then you click some link, so you went on website C. Now from C, if you have kept this method of true, can go back. So you can go back to the method B, and this is all. If this is also true, that is can go forward, then you can also go to the next web page which you have already visited, that is C. So that is kind of stack is maintained. Say last come first in that order. So the first visited website will go down, then on top of that other website will be stored, then on top of that the latest website would be stored. So that way you can navigate to that stack based on the values supplied to these two methods. Then clear history is a method which is how we do the clear history in our web browser. So this method will clear the web view forward and backward history. So that way, after that particular point of time, you won't be able to navigate back and forth. Next is the destroy method, which destroys the internal state of the web view, after which any URL won't be loaded into the web page. This is generally used when you are using the some payment integration or something like that within your application, and if you come across any error, then you just destroy the web view and load it from the scratch. That is whatever was your landing page, say login page or something like that. So because in between payments, then you should not save any state, or you should not allow any back and forward or anything like that. So if any error comes, then you just destroy it and go back to the starting point. Then you have one method which find all async, and it requires one string variable. This method finds all instances of particular string and highlight them. So this is similar to control F feature, or that is find a word feature in particular web page. When you are on particular web page and in your browser you search a particular word, it will display all the instance of that word or say string in that web page and will highlight them with some color. So similarly, we have that function or functionality in the web view also. Get progress. This is generally not used because these days connection are at least that much faster that you can load a web page without much delay. So this was used earlier when the data connection was really slow. So at that time, if the page is too heavy, then it will display the say progress of the page load, how much page has been loaded. And the next method is get title. This will return the title of the current page. If you see on any web page, when you are visiting any web page, it does have a title, whatever web page you have. So say if you are on this page, so this will be kind of, this is Citrix Online is known as the title of the web page. So that way it displays the title of the, it will retrieve that value. And the last method is get URL. So say the first URL, so anyways you will be calling, say www.google.com, so you know the URL. But now when you click a particular link within that web page, so WebView will navigate to some other URL, so you don't have an idea about when you are navigating. So at any particular time, if you want to retrieve the navigate URL of that particular page, then you can use the get URL method. Use the get URL method to retrieve the URL of that particular page. Now, if you click on any link inside the web view of inside the web page of the web view, that page by default won't be loaded inside your web view. It will, if you don't mention for the following part, what it will do, it will open your device browser. You must have installed some of the browser on your device, say Chrome or the default browser. So if you click on, and say you are opening your google.com and you click images from the top, so it will move out of the application and it will go to the browser of the application, and there it will open the image part of the Google. So you don't want to do that to happen. You want to stay within the application only. So you need to extend your class from the web view client, and you need to override one method. So it's just write one additional class within your when you are creating the web view and all in Java file. Just create one class with any name and extend it by the web view client, and you need to override one method, that is name is should override URL loading. So you are saying kind of it should return boolean, that is true or false. So that way you are asking, you are telling the system that your web view should override the loading of a particular URL or not. So that means you want your new links, whatever links are clicked, that should be open in your web view itself, or it should move outside and move into the new web browser. So since we are just calling the parent method view.load URL, and then we are returning true, so that means we want the our own web view to handle all these links and not the external browser. So if you can see, we have created that same here, say my web browser. My web browser is just extend the web view client, and it has one method by default. This should override, and it is saying it gives the host application a chance to take over a control when a new URL is about to be loaded in the current web view. So whenever the link is clicked, your new URL is about to load. So whether that URL should be loaded in that or not. So if web view client is not provided, the default web view will ask activity manager to choose the proper handler for the URL. So that is for the URL, proper handler would be a web browser. So that will be called. So if web view client is provided, return true means the host application handles the URL, and it will handle web view itself will handle it, and it will not call for the request using host. So this is web view client is presented Android.webkit.webview client, where those the other two connectivity manager related classes are in the Android.net, which is present in the Android.webkit.webview. This is more related to the Android specifics, and those are kind of related to they are used in the normal Java also. So we are using a connectivity package. When we say this is a sample code that will see in the application, permission we will see later. We'll first see the application. So just one second. Okay. Here first we'll see that main.xml file. So here I'm creating one one static text is there, enter URL, then one edit text so that user can enter the particular URL, then a browse button. So when the browse button is clicked, whatever user has entered here, that page will be browsed and will be loaded in the below web view. And otherwise we have one more button, that is async task, that will see, that is part of this chapter only, but we'll see after we see permission and async task. So right now what concerns us is the edit text view that just displays the static text enter URL, then the an edit text to use for the taking the input from the user so that you can enter particular URL, and when you click browse, it will load that particular web page in this web view. So web view, we just create that and ID, width, height. These are the kind of normal attribute, align left, align parent, below. Any special attribute we have not used here. So, and just that when we click that first button, that is this browse button, we are calling one method with the name open. So let's see what's present in the code. We first create the object for the edit text and web view, and we link them with the respective views. And then on the browser object, we are saying set web view client new my browser. That is new my browser means the creating the object of the type class my browser, and new my browser. So that is we are instead of class we are passing an object here. So we can indirectly doing the say we should have done my web browser equal to my browser my web browser equal to new web browser, and then pass my web browser. Instead of that, we are directly passing the object itself, and we need to call this method set web view client. So that is used to provide a web view client, and it will take a web view client object as an parameter. So this is we are extending web view client object, so that way it is by default that only. This three line would always be same like this. If you want to load all the whatever URL has been clicked, you want to handle it within the web view, then these four line would always be same. You can just change the whatever name to you want. Instead of my browser, you can give it anything. You can say my web view client, my client, whatever you want. Otherwise, the rest of the code will remain same. Then on click of the button, that is say on when that browse button is clicked, we are calling this method open. So now in open, what we do, we first check we are calling the method check connection. So check connection is we create a connectivity manager object and we ask for the system service, that is connectivity services. So now this connection manager contains the information regarding connection services of the device, and then on that object we call a method, that is get active network information. So it will return the detail about currently active default network. So that we store in the network info object, object of a type network info. Now if that object is not null, that is this method has written something. So that object is not null and that object method is connected is returning true. So is connected method simply indicates whether the network connectivity exists and it is possible to establish connection and pass data. So that means you are properly connected to the internet. So that's why we are using this method. So if both the values are true, then we return this method a true value. That is, return value would be true. So that is a connection checking has been successful. Otherwise, we return false. So now, if your connection is the value has been returned as true, so that is your network connection is proper. So then we do some operation. Otherwise, we just say toast.makeText internet connection not available. We throw an error. We don't do any further operation then. And if it's properly connected, then what we do? We first this edit text object name was field. So field.getText.TrueString. Whatever user has entered, the store is written in a URL. Then this is the method to load that URL. Browser.load URL. This string, whatever string was inputted by user, we pass it as a parameter, so that URL will be loaded into the web view. Before that, we just set some parameters. So that is, you can say this is the browser.get setting. So you are trying to edit the setting of that web view browser. So you say browser.get setting, and now you set some of the values. So here you have lots of methods, different methods. How you generally have in the database. So set allow file access or block network images, or allow the built-in zoom control. That is also there. You can use that also. Say, want to see, we can add one more here. So I will say set built-in zoom control. So built-in zoom control, I will say true. We are setting the zoom control to true. So that means the system will be providing us with a zoom control. So by which we can zoom in or zoom out the web page. And the first one I have set is the set loads image automatically. So whether a web page has number of images, so whether you want to load that images when you are loading that particular URL in your web view or not. So sometimes, say if you are using the normal data connection in your phone, and you don't want to use much of the data in your you don't want to consume much of the data, so that your data plan should not get completed quickly. So at the time you have in normal browser, you have an option to say don't load the images. So you have the checkbox. So here we are saying load the images automatically. So all the image will be loaded automatically. If we set it as false, then any image on the web page won't be loaded, and just a small cross or something like will come instead of in the place of images. And we are also saying set JavaScript enable true, because sometimes when you say on some page and you fill some form, and after that when you click submit, so that website might be calling some JavaScript as an internal mechanism. If you don't set JavaScript enable as true, then on click of that say submit button of some web page, it might not move anywhere, because in order to navigate you should have that JavaScript enabled, so that JavaScript on that web page can run and provide you the desired result. So these are kind of some of the options which you can say set to customize the web view experience. And one is set scroll bar style, because generally your Android phone would be having 3 to 4 to 5 inch screen, and your web page may have greater content, larger content. So that way you want to you will be having the scroll bar at the horizontal and maybe vertical scroll bars you will be having. So what style you want? So you say view dot, then scroll bars underscore, you have these 3-4 types. So that the difference between them you can experience by using each of them. Some will fade in, some will be having the thicker width and something like that. Basically they all are scroll bars only. So what you see like this is the scroll bar. So similar to that, they will be also having the scroll bar. So what style you want, that you can set. And finally this method we are calling some web URL. This second method is asynchronous task, and this class is related to that only. So that we'll see later. In the manifest file, just 2 lines you need to add. You are adding users dash permission, and the first permission is for internet to access the internet, and second is for the access network state, that is to check whether your device is connected to the internet or not. So I run this application. Launching a new emulator. Machi, my AVD is not listed here, virtual device. You need to just, even though it's on, so just need to go into that and say ADB failed to restart. No worry, I'll try again. This is not medium. Yeah, now it came.
Even I'll try to start off from my own this time.
Yeah, you also run it from your end.
Where's the current demo? I would just simply say run as.
Now I give any wrong input here, then either it will be, yeah, because it's kind of normal simple browser. So if you write the wrong URL name, then it will just say this web page is not available, or that temporary some issue is there or something like that. Otherwise, it will load that particular website. Now to say browse. Browsing this application. Now when you are clicking any link within this application, since you want to load, when I'm clicking say images, I want to stay in this application only and don't want to navigate. So that's why I say I use that.
I don't know. This is not working for me.
Okay. So responding slowly. I thought it's not responding only.
Mine, I don't see anything happening at all, even though I said run as.
That you can see at least this screen, na?
Which one?
This kind of browse and async task and buttons and all.
Nothing. Hang on, I'll just open this thing. Because we had ran it yesterday, it ran properly.
Yes, the web page was open. So here if you can see, when I am searching for Android, it's giving some results. So actually now we have moved from the www.google.com to some www.google.com/search q equal to Android, something like that. So that is basically a new URL. So if you want to do a process that a new URL within your application, then you use that WebView client. So that's why it's within the application. Otherwise, it would have gone outside the application. Then I will just what I'll try to close the data connection for this application, and then we will try to browse again and see whether that error is coming or not related to the. So by default, your your device, that is emulator, would always be connected to the internet. So if your
Yeah, I
machine is
mean, what I did was this time instead of running it again, I just opened the internet demo that we had done yesterday. I just opened that stuff and it's on.
developer option.
It's very slow.
The actual setting is so your data connection.
Yeah, it'll be underneath the Bluetooth, right? More.
Went into setting under wireless and network. Say data is enabled. If you can see,
Mm-hmm.
I'll just disable the my data connection. Now I'll try to say
Go back.
I'm not getting the recent apps button, so directly can't jump on the application name. In my case, it's WebView demo. Opening it, trying to when I say browse, it's saying internet connection not available.
Just a second, I'll not see that.
They say browse, your toast
Yeah,
message is coming
okay.
in, what it's saying internet connection not available. So it's basically the so that you are not unnecessarily you are not the first thing is you are
Wasting
not
time.
kind of performing the wrong checks. You are not trying to load URL when it's not possible, because if your data connection is not active, then it's no point in trying to connect to that web address. So the first
Right.
check should always be that check connection method you create, and you write that 3-4 lines of code which is there, and from then onward you should use that method whenever you are trying, because in between some operation, it's not that you should do it only for the first say web view. Here we are using the web view. Say we are consuming some web services somewhere. So after every 2 to 5 minutes, you need to consume some web services. So every time you're trying to connect to a web service, you should first check for the network connection, because say if you are moving and you are connected to some Wi-Fi network, but you are moving, so you are now out of the range of the Wi-Fi. So first time it gives a positive result because it was connected to the Wi-Fi network. But after some 3-4 connection, you went out of that network, and now you are not connected to the internet. But you should. That's why you should test for the connectivity every time just before you are trying to access any web service. So because in between also you can lose the network connection. So that's why it's advisable to try for the connection each time before trying to connect to a web service. So here so it's WebView. So in between, if you lost the WebView connection, then it will say that WebView is not available. So it is WebView is handling that check by default only.
Just a second, I believe your screen is hung. Move your mouse.
Sorry,
I believe your screen is hung out here. Can you please move your mouse?
mine.
Okay. Yeah, now it's moving, right.
How is that? You lost the focus. It's on the other side. Times of India is there, I guess. if it's a heavy web page, now it will take some time, so you might feel like it's not working. Need
Yeah,
to
might be
wait
because
for-
if we remove, if we like no, if we cancel that image download thing, might be that will be faster.
so that in that case is only here one that image is coming. It has
Yeah,
the reason
exactly.
to learn belly dancing. Along with that one, many images are there in this web page.
Yeah.
So that all won't coming. That and to handle the button click, some website use JavaScript. If you are aware of the that how the .NET and that website programming takes place, when that they use the JavaScript to handle the button click events.
Hmm.
So if you don't enable the JavaScript, then you won't uh, find the response of that click. Say I'm clicking to this cricket tab, but if that is driven by the Java at the coding level, JavaScript at the coding level, then I won't be able to see any effect. If it is driven by JavaScript and I have not enabled the JavaScript control in my for my web view, then it won't be available. But here since I will enable it, so that's why it's able to run that.
And we need to
If
type
you
in
say
that
now
HTTP
scroll bar is
always.
also coming at the right side. This scroll bar is coming and then fading. So that style, it's not much change would come. You can check the different style if you want here by
Yeah.
control space after the scroll bar underscore. You can use different values, whatever you want.
There are 4 of them. So. Mine is finally loaded. My Google is opening. After so long. I believe after the class I'll sit and check each and every button there.
Hmm. Now if you can see this control, you can see at the bottom of the screen, they come and fade it. This you can see what I'm clicking right now.
Yeah.
So those are the built-in zoom control present with the web view. So since
Okay.
I've just enabled this, set built-in zoom controls equal to true. So that's why they keep. There is no particular particular way to enable bring them on screen. But generally, when you scroll, it will come.
Okay.
If your web page is not fitting within the given space, then it will come when you are trying to scroll, then it will give you the option for zooming in and zooming out. So this way I can zoom in and zoom out. Voting day, voting counting day, so that's why.
I'll just check what I should show it out here right now. Anyways, voting counting day is like, an overstatement because it's going to happen within few hours. Ballot, right?
Yeah, there is a big hype and hoopla this time around.
I really doubt what's happening. Yep. In US, there's nothing so called voting stuff and all. There's no big difference.
What you can do now, just go to the basic code, and the main thing is try the different methods which have given here. That is in the after I guess in one of the slide of web view. These are all the methods. So along with this, you can use browse. These are setting related methods. What you are using now, get setting, and then dot after that method. So we are retrieving the settings parameter of this web view, and then we are setting different values to it. Say load images automatically, set built-in zoom control, set JavaScript enable. So you can try keeping one or more of them false and check what effect it is giving. You can try changing the scroll bar style. You can try using one or many of these methods, that is clear history, and you can go back. These methods will be available directly on the say browser dot. can go back, so it will be available here only. And like this. It's Boolean. It will okay. It returns the Boolean value, so you will be able to know whether this web view allows going back or not. But can means you are just retrieving the information. So if you want to set that, then that would be under the get setting, and then kind of set method would be there. Some of the methods. So you can different methods are there related to zoom, related to minimum font size.
Okay.
So there are many options to explore here. So, font family, save password is you get if you are filling some form, Gmail account, you have enter your name, address, all that thing. So sometimes it prompts you whether you want to this is regarding saving password. So that is when you are logging. So it will prompt you. So next time outward it will do the auto login. Similarly, you have save form data also. So that way it will save your data. Next time if you are doing some registration on some other site, it will automatically fill the some of the fields.
Right.
User agent string dot top option, get setting, and then dot set method. So there are lots of set methods to try and play it with. Basically, we have created two views from there. We have linked them with the XML view, and we set the web view client so that we handle all the click event within the our web view and not with any external application. And we on click of browse button, we are first checking whether the connection. So here we create a connectivity manager object so that we have the connectivity information present within this object. Then we call get active system network info, so it will provide you the default active network, and we check if it's not null, and if it's connected, both the conditions should be true. Then we say yeah, we are connected to data network properly, and we are able to communicate with the network. So that time we load the URL in the web browser, and these all are optional actually. You can get away with this. You can just say browser.load URL. These are some of the additional controls which you can explore, and if you are not connected to the internet, then you just say connection not available. This is this method we'll see tomorrow. My web task also, that is related to this only. And in manifest we have added two permissions for internet and access network state. And here we are just creating one web view. So any doubt in the code?
No, actually, yeah, just play around with this.
Actually, you have data and you need to go through it. Then it can come. You can actually in this you have a lot to play around. Actually, those all methods are there. These all methods. You can use these methods and try what effect they are, what effect they have on the final output. And you can try.
So now all those methods that you have shown me, that I'll be putting it under this.
Here only, yes.
Just scroll down a bit.
When you are loading, say just before loading the URL. Just before loading the URL, call browser object and dot call any of those methods. Browser.
WS.
Okay.
No, another thing. Can you just go back to your PDF page?
Okay, PowerPoint.
Now all these methods, get title, get URL, get progress, I mean the bottom ones, will I be putting it all that in the same place that you were typing right now?
No, get title and get URL will come, I guess that you can try actually, that will I guess come here only. Because when you are try to put it just before here, just before the that is you need to store them in say something like this, string current URL equal to browser dot get URL, so something like this. Because you are getting the URL, but you need to store that somewhere, and then you can display this string as a in a toast message or something like this. So try it at this place, or try it if it doesn't give the proper output, then you can try it here, because this value will change every time you click a particular link from your web view. So that should be getting called every time you try at both the places and let me know which is working,
Sure.
at which place it is giving the correct output.
Hmm.
So these are the two places you can mark in your code. In should override URL loading method of the WebView client. After the view.url load URL method is one place, and one place is just before loading the URL or after the loading. That doesn't matter. After loading the URL also it will work. But in here in open method, and one is in the this method. So you can use at one of the places.
Okay.
Try as many methods you can try, and then let me know what output you get.
Sure.
Okay, so tomorrow you can finish this, and we'll start with the new topic. Permission and asynchronous task is remaining. So that are the, I guess, only two things remaining in the third module. So tomorrow we'll be done with third module, and day after we'll be starting with the next module, fourth module, Google Maps and location and media basics.
Mm-hmm.
So try to go through all the things today so that we can completely get over with this module by tomorrow.
You said there are 5 modules, right, to complete basically?
Yeah, five. So tomorrow we'll be done with third one.
Third one.
Hopefully we'll be done with the whole course by May end.
Yeah.
Or
Okay.
2-3 lectures will remain at max, so that we can finish it in the first week of June. We'll try to finish it in now I guess we have 2 weeks in the May, next 2 weeks, so it should be enough, I guess. Then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Roshan, so go through this code today. I'll meet you tomorrow.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay. Bye. Take care.
पानी चालू